qué plan de trabajo lleve, qué plan de pelea nos presente. Nosotros llevamos cualquier tipo de trabajo para aquella.
I know this sounds like a cliche question.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz made waves recently by openly criticizing Gervonta Davis on live television, raising significant doubts about Davis's capabilities as a fighter. Cruz's comments were direct and cutting, suggesting that Davis's skills have declined to the point where even a novice fighter could pose a threat. This public critique not only damaged Davis's reputation but also led to serious repercussions for Cruz, including his promoter deciding to drop his contract and refusing to renew it in the future. Cruz didn't hold back, stating that Davis has become easier to hit and his moves have grown so predictable that even a beginner could stand a chance against him. Given the public nature of these remarks, it's hard to dismiss them as mere trash talk. Cruz's words likely sting deeply, considering Davis's competitive nature and pride in his abilities. The undisputed champion isn't one to take such comments lightly, and it's almost certain he will have a strong rebuttal or a counteraction plan. Cruz's critique seemed especially harsh, since Davis does not understand Spanish, the language in which the remarks were made. Cruz effectively dismantled Davis's reputation in a way that Davis couldn't immediately respond to, making the impact even more significant. But where does Cruz get this confidence? He pointed out specific weaknesses in Davis's recent performances that have not gone unnoticed by fans and critics alike. In Davis's fight with Hector Luis Garcia, fans were left disappointed by his performance. Although Davis secured a victory with a knockout in the 8th round, his struggle was evident. He was visibly catching his breath, and his once formidable defense seemed to falter. This bout left many questioning whether Davis's best days were behind him. Even when Davis was younger, he often got hit more frequently than expected, sometimes looking less impressive in the ring. For example, during his fight against Mario Barrios in 2021, his promoter, Floyd Mayweather Jr., had to step in and give him a motivational speech in the later rounds when things looked desperate. Mayweather's timely intervention helped Davis rally and secure the win. But without it, he might have lost that fight. Cruz's observations about Davis's declining defense are spot on. He pointed out that Davis is getting hit more often, indicating a decline in his defensive abilities. Cruz noted that fighters have started to figure out Davis's fighting style, making it easier for them to land more shots and extend the fights into deeper rounds. This increased vulnerability is evidence that Davis is not as formidable as he once was. Experts have varied opinions on Davis's defensive strategy, suggesting that his tendency to hang back and wait for the perfect countershot might be contributing to his issues. This approach often means he endures several punches before delivering a decisive blow. While this strategy can secure dramatic victories, it also leaves Davis exposed to taking hits from his opponents. Davis's method showcases his patience and precision, but also highlights a vulnerability that opponents could exploit. Davis's fight against Ryan Garcia last April is a prime example of his vulnerability. Garcia had Davis nearly out on his feet early in the 2nd round. It was a critical moment where Davis was fortunate to survive that shaky period. Garcia's performance was significantly impacted by weight stipulations he had agreed to, which left him physically drained and weakened. These restrictions greatly diminished Garcia's strength and stamina, preventing him from fully capitalizing on the advantage he had created. If Garcia had been at his full strength, it's highly likely he could have knocked Davis out. Cruz believes that fighters now know how to fight Davis and have devised strategic plans to exploit his weaknesses. This knowledge has boosted Cruz's confidence, and he is eager for a rematch with Davis. Cruz's confidence in his ability to finally defeat Davis is extraordinarily high. He believes that with his improved preparation and understanding of Davis's vulnerabilities, he is well positioned to achieve a decisive victory. I have no issues with fighting him again. First, I have to take care of business on August 3rd, and after that, I will let my promoters and managers negotiate with his team. I have absolutely no issues, and I actually welcome the opportunity to fight him again," Cruz stated about being interested in fighting Davis again. Experts generally support Cruz's decision to pursue a rematch with Davis. Their previous fight was both impressive and lucrative, generating substantial wealth for promoters and providing fans with an exhilarating experience. However, experts have also offered Cruz some valuable advice. He needs to make a strong impression with his performance against Rio Valenzuela. If Cruz wants to secure a rematch with Davis, he needs to dominate Valenzuela and steal the spotlight from the main event featuring Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. If Cruz can showcase his skills and capture the audience's attention, he could position himself favorably for the much-anticipated rematch. "I'm actually happy that all the fans are going to be there that night, and I'm getting ready to give them a good spectacle so they can all enjoy it," Cruz said. So does Pitbull Cruz have what it takes to pull off an upset against Davis in their rematch with the undisputed champion? Or will fans be left disappointed if Cruz falls short again as he did in their previous encounter? Davis's recent performances have shown signs of vulnerability. In his fight against Hector Luis Garcia, his struggle was apparent. Although he won by knockout in the 8th round, his once formidable defense was not as effective, leaving many to question if his best days were behind him. Similarly, during his fight against Mario Barrios in 2021, Davis had to rely on a motivational boost from Floyd Mayweather Jr. to secure his victory. These instances highlight a pattern where Davis's performances have not lived up to expectations. Cruz's observations about Davis's declining defense are echoed by experts who argue that Davis's defensive strategy might be contributing to his issues. By hanging back and waiting for the perfect countershot, Davis often endures several punches before delivering a decisive blow. While this method can be effective in securing dramatic victories, it also exposes Davis to taking hits from his opponents. This approach showcases his patience and precision, but also highlights a vulnerability that can be exploited. In his fight against Ryan Garcia, Davis was nearly out on his feet early in the 2nd round. Garcia's performance was significantly impacted by weight stipulations that left him physically drained and weakened. These restrictions greatly diminished Garcia's strength and stamina, preventing him from fully capitalizing on the advantage he had created. If Garcia had been at his full strength, it is highly likely that he would have been able to finish Davis with a knockout. Cruz believes that fighters now have a strategic plan to fight Davis and exploit his weaknesses. This knowledge has given Cruz the confidence to challenge Davis's reputation as a top fighter. Cruz is eager for a rematch and believes that with improved preparation, he can achieve a decisive victory. He expressed his willingness to fight Davis again after his upcoming match against Rio Valenzuela. Experts are generally supportive of Cruz's decision to pursue a rematch with Davis. Their previous fight was both impressive and lucrative, generating substantial wealth for promoters and providing fans with an exhilarating experience. However, experts have advised Cruz to make a strong impression with his performance against Valenzuela. By dominating Valenzuela and capturing the audience's attention, Cruz can improve his chances of securing a rematch with Davis. Cruz's confidence and determination to face Davis again reflect his belief in his own abilities and understanding of Davis's vulnerabilities. The upcoming fight against Valenzuela will be crucial for Cruz to demonstrate his skills and make a strong case for a rematch. Fans are eager to see if Cruz can pull off an upset against Davis or if he will fall short once again. The anticipation and excitement surrounding this potential rematch continue to build, making it a highly anticipated event in the world of boxing. What are your thoughts on Cruz's chances against Davis in a rematch? Do you think he has what it takes to defeat the undisputed champion? Or will Davis prove his critics wrong and maintain his status as a top fighter? Share your thoughts in the comments below.